All right, I'm going to go ahead and call this meeting to order. An executive session was held in advance of this meeting to discuss personnel, contract, and legal matters. If everybody could please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Next up, I have a motion to adopt the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Anyone opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. At this time, do we have any public comments on agenda items only? We do not in the crowd. We do not have any online. Next up, I have a motion to approve the minutes from the October 10th, 2023 board meeting, the November 9th, 2023 policy committee meeting, and the November 9th, 2023 caucus meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Anyone opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Next up, we have Leah and Madeline with the student rep reports.
Hello, everyone. So for our student report, I wanted to start with Quizathon. NHS hosted a Quizathon last night in the LGI. It was a big hit. We had a bunch of teams, I think upwards of 10. That included 2 teacher teams and our winning team, which consisted of Billy Seister, Ethan Haynes, CJ Wiles, Seth Toth, and one of the NJHS members. They won with 34.5 points. But both teacher teams ended up with 36 points, so they're the real winners, but our student team won with 34.5.
So coming up, we have the Play That Goes Wrong, which is our fall play, and that is on the 17th and the 18th. It starts at 7 o'clock both nights, and tickets are sold at the door.
So this year, our girls field hockey team made it to the state quarterfinals. It was this game last Saturday. We made it to double overtime and lost 2-1. It was a really close game, but I think this is the farthest we've made in history, so that's really exciting, and I'm really proud of all of us.
Also in sports, we have our winter sports season starting on the 17th as well, and that includes basketball, wrestling, and our bocce ball team. And this year, we're going to have our band and cheer come out and support our basketball teams.
All right, so tomorrow, Student Council is doing a new thing. It's called Stall Day. So students bring in all their spare change, pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, and teachers can't start class until they count everything. No calculators, no, I know some of the science teachers were joking around that they were gonna do some math equation or bring in one of those coin counters. None of that. They have to count it with mental math, and class can't start until everything is counted. So I'm hoping we get a big turnout tomorrow, and I'm hoping I don't have any class.
So last week, we had the first Principals Advisory Committee meeting of the year, and we had a couple things that we discussed. One of them being like the possibility of outside seating, and we were talking about ways in which we could like motivate students doing that. So like something that's grades based or something like that, or like a raffle. We also talked about the possibility of introducing a vending machine before and after school hours, so that could be good for like winter sports. We talked about the cafeteria food, what students like, what students don't like, and we talked about some other goals for the year. Oh, sorry. We also have Thanksgiving break coming up, which is from the 22nd to the 27th, and Thanksgiving is on the 23rd.
All right, so this month on the 29th, we have Club Fair. This is a really exciting time, especially for the underclassmen, freshmen and sophomores. It's pretty much where all the clubs get together, everyone has a little booth, and you get to learn about all the different clubs. Even the more exclusive ones like SNHS and NHS, it's just a way for kids to see what's out there, get involved, and especially for the things that are a little easier to join, like Student Council. I know we're going to have applications and waivers there, so you can join right then and there if you would like to.
Okay, so we also have a new sports team, which is actually our esports team, and it has not quite started up yet, but there's some teachers working on that and getting it started up and like purchasing the equipment necessary to do that. And yeah.
Finally, we had our land judging field trip this past week, which is a lot of fun. I went. If you don't know what land judging is, you're pretty much, you go in these pits, they're about 4 feet deep, and you look at the soil, you test out the topsoil, the subsurface soil, you look at how many rocks are in it, the slope, things like that, and you try and figure out what type of soil it is. So is it good for grazing? Is it good for recreation? Is it good for planting? What kind of things can you plant in it? Row crops, cover crops, things like that. So it was a good group of us. I think there was about 10 of us and Mr. Shermer. We all went to this farm out in West Perry. We did a demo pit, we did 2 test pits, and then we learned also about stream conservation and different cover crops that can be used. None of us won. There's first, second, and third place. We didn't win, but we did learn a lot, and it was a lot of fun. I think that's all we have for today. Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. Just a couple of things. The 17th and 18th are this Friday and Saturday for the play. And maybe you mentioned it and I missed it, but who's the recipient of the Stall Day funds? Does that go to a certain program?
Yeah, so I believe the Stall Day funds are going to go to student council, but all the funds that go to student council all end up being put into Minithon at the end of the year. So I don't think it's going directly to our Minithon fund, but it'll be used to pay for things for that day,
Okay.
kind of like the food trucks, bouncy house, things like that.
Dr. Jones was up here trying to, leverage to get that into the bank of Dr. Jones. And congratulations to field hockey. A lot of people are very proud of everything that team did and the success. So that was a remarkable run, great year, great season.
You might be interested in knowing that Lewisburg is losing to Lackawanna Trail right now, 4-0. So, what is it? And what? Ole's up 1-0 on West Perry.
All right, moving right along. Under finance, we have some treasurer's reports and fund summary, cafeteria, cash report, and then we have a motion to approve payment of orders for the general fund prepaid for $391,444.41, and the general fund check summary for $574,823.29.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Anyone opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Next up is a motion to approve the Act 1 resolution for the 2024-2025 school year, limiting any real estate tax increase to 7.2%.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Anyone opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Next up is a motion to approve the First National Bank as an additional bank depository for the 2023-2024 school year.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Anyone opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Next up is a motion to approve personnel matters, A through H.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion?
I just have one question on F, or E. What's the difference between family medical leave and parental leave?
I believe it's the length of time you could be off.
Okay, thank you.
I'd like to thank Mr. Quigley for all his service over the years for the district. Been great working with you on a couple different projects, and you will be missed.
Ditto.
Any further discussion?
Just, we're not getting too excited because you're going to be here for a while yet.
I say. Oh, there. That's why he's getting all emotional, because, yeah, it's not him that's going, it's him that's going. All right, any further discussion? Anyone opposed? All right, hearing none, motion carries. Next up is a motion to approve Rachel Singley as an independent swimmer for the 2023-2024 swim season.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Anyone opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Next up is a motion to approve Ray and Leanne Singley as volunteer independent swim coaches for the 2023-2024 swim season.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Anyone opposed? Dr. Jones, are you? Okay.
I've never abstained because there's no money involved in it. It's just a volunteer position.
Yeah.
All right. Once again, I'll just repeat, anyone opposed? All right, hearing none, motion carries. Next up is a motion to recommend the board add Tiffany Jo Baker to the approved Roar Bus driver list.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Anyone opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. I have a couple of policies here. I'll start with a motion to approve the first reading of policy 231, educational trips, non-school sponsored, and policy 626.1, travel reimbursement, federal programs.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Anyone opposed?
I just have a discussion item. I just
go
would
ahead.
like to point out, I think the community would be happy, and I think even the administration, because what we're doing here is we're cleaning up the educational trips policy to make it just a kinder, friendly process for students to be able to take educational trips.
Thank you, Dr. Jones. Any further discussion? Anyone opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Next up is a motion to approve the second reading of policy 204, attendance.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion on this one? Anyone opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Next up is next up is a motion to approve the board discipline committee's recommendation for student 101206.
So moved.
Second.
Is there anyone opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Next up is a motion to approve the senior class of 2024's field trip to Ocean City, New Jersey on May 28th, 2024, to provide the seniors with a relaxing environment to spend time with friends, enjoy the outdoors, and close out their senior year.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Anyone opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Dr. Fox, do you you have any updates for Black Hawk Foundation?
No update for Cumberland Perry Career and Technical Center. I do have an update for the Black Hawk Foundation, though, and we'd like to thank all of the, all the runners, walkers, volunteers, sponsors, and members of the Black Hawk Foundation for all of their hard work in planning and the execution of our past weekend's 5K race. The race was won by graduate and current Grove City athlete Michael Sinley. It was a fun time, and I think the race is more than just a 5K. It was great to see and bring a lot of community members together and a lot of people coming back. And I would be repressed also not to thank Mr. Rick Knapp for all of his work on making sure that the course is really well marked, laid out, and just all of his time before the race and after the race, and making it as successful as it is. So thank you.
Thank you, sir. Just make note of meeting schedule identified there. In December, the meeting schedule is slightly modified. There will not be a caucus meeting, and the regular board meeting will occur on Monday, December 4th, which will be the reorganization meeting. So again, board meeting will not be Tuesday, it will be Monday, December 4th.
Did you want to mention the December 18th meeting as well?
Sure.
It's not on the agenda.
It is not on the agenda, but I think, Dr. Fox, maybe you're in a better position to explain what the point of that is.
Sure. On December 18th, on Monday, December 18th at 6:30, we'll be holding a special meeting of the board. The purpose of the meeting is to discuss the possibility of new debt as well as the possibility of a solar array. So at that time, we will take public comment on those two projects, and we invite the public to come and participate in this meeting. We will also be sending out information about the meeting, as which individuals can place comments if they're not able to attend in a document, at which time we'll take that information and try to use that information during the course of our presentation. So December 18th, Monday, 6:30, and I believe there'll be a few snacks here for everybody as well, if you're interested.
Should we also mention that there will not be caucus in December? Did you say that? I'm sorry.
I did, but it's fine.
I'll say it again.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
No, thanks, sorry about that. I didn't
It's
hear
all
you.
right. It's all right. Yeah. So the board, there will only be one board meeting in December, and it will not be a Tuesday. It will be Monday, December 4th. Oh, sorry. All right, moving right along.
Is that meeting at 7? This December 4th one?
December 4th is at 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock, okay.
Yep.
All right. Have some informational items there. Some old milk coolers that don't work and nurses' beds. Mike, you need a cot maybe? Sleep on? No? All right, fine. All right. At this time, are there any administrators wishing to provide anything?
Sure, absolutely. I'm just going to echo what Leah has said, as well as Maddie, as to the congratulations to our field hockey team. It was an incredible, monumental season. The team was one of the elite teams remaining in the tournament, and had an incredible last game in double overtime. The team, it was an incredible, just an incredible season, and you were a lot of fun to watch. You really were. And you guys, your coaching staff, everybody involved in the program should be extremely proud, because we are of you. So thank you. Please come out and support the cast and crew who have been working extremely hard in the fall play, a play that went wrong. This comedy should spark and provide a laugh for the entire audience. The shows are on 7 o'clock on Friday and Saturday, and tickets can be purchased at the door. Tomorrow night, through the hard work of Mrs. Pagliaro, we are hosting a Chamber of Commerce meet and greet event where members of the community are invited in from 5 to 7 here at the high school. And it's a great outreach event, and our students will be providing some presentations, at which time we're engaging local businesses to continue our ongoing partnerships. Special thank you to Mr. Rob Carmo and Ms. Tina Kelly. This will be our last board meeting as we entered into reorganization next month. We sincerely thank you for your dedicated service to our school district and to our community. I'm confident to say that both of you, I am sure, will continue to be active in our district community. So I'm not going to say goodbye, but just look forward to working with you in another capacity. So thank you. And unfortunately, as we start looking at colder weather, and my cold probably is a result of that, I encourage parents and guardians to review on our website adjusted flexible instruction procedures. The format will be more flexible for caretakers and families this year while keeping the continuity of education for the day. We also may deploy the use of a 2-hour or 3-hour delay format with our ultimate goal, if we can get students in safely, we certainly will. Our goal has been to work in tandem with our neighboring school districts, and we attempt to base all of our decisions on forecasted conditions, and we thrive to make a decision as early and as accurately as possible. Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay. This time, are there any board members wishing to make any reports? Provide anything? I will just echo everything Dr. Fox said to Rob and Tina. You know, you guys were here when I got here, and I appreciate everything you've done. It's been great to work with you. And I hope you still be around and support us as much as, you know, you can, as much as we need, because Lord knows we all need as much help as we can get, you know. So thank you. All right. If nobody else has anything, it's time we will look for public comments in general. If you would like to speak, please approach the microphone, tell us your name and which township you reside in.
Hi, my name is Bobby, and I live in Watts Township. I was just wondering for like next year, can we look at the equipment for the band? My child is in the band, and I've heard of like instruments breaking, tipping over, going onto the field, maybe not having all the instruments they could have for marching, so students who play one instrument might have to play another instrument like in a parade. So I was wondering if we could see if there's any funds to repair their instruments or replace. Like some of the instruments, they used alligator straps, the clips to keep them together so they didn't fall apart during the performances. So just wondering if we could look at that, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? I was just stalling. Maybe they changed their mind. I was going to guilt them into it. Well, we can sit here a little longer if you want. All right. A short one? A short one? All right. At this time, I will make a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Is anyone opposed?